Hey, Hollow Table Heroes, Shipwreck here with another Grand Arena video. This is the championship match in this 3v3 contest. I'm going to jump right in. I'm going to use Rex, Wampa, and Commander Han to take out this team. Rex could probably do it by himself, but I'm a little concerned in case he gets stunned by Jin. That would obviously be a problem. So I'll give him a little backup. I'm trying to hold out until Baze does his AoE, but it's taking him a while. I think I missed the chance because my team had no buffs at the time he took his turn. But this should go down pretty quick now. I think at this point I should have taken the time to kill Jin because I think she's gonna res. Yeah, at least she's gone. Still an easy match, but that was an oversight. There it is. Wrap that up. On to the next. All right, this worked for me last match, so I'm going to bring Phasma and Fox and First Order Officer against these pretty stacked Ewoks. They're pretty fast, but I don't think they can hold up against Fox. Uh, Phasma can't really take out a super meta team, especially my Phasma is not a G12 or anything. So I like cleaning up these Ewok teams. They seem to be pretty prevalent um, in these 3v3s. They did get my officer though, so it's not a super easy win. But with this guy's front row, I'm assuming he's got some stacked teams in the back, so we'll see how it goes. So Bossk is the last team on this section to open up the rear section with 3 teams. I'm going to use my go-to with Ray, JT, BB-8, and 3PO. These bounty hunters can take a beating, but Ray gets so much turn meter, and the extra attacks from 3PO make it pretty easy. Just want to get that heal block on there, and even Bossk goes down pretty quick. There we go. That's about it. Going to be moving on to the next match. Open up that back section. So I check out the back section. It is pretty stacked. There's like Bastila and KRU. So I want to clean out. I don't see Revan yet, and I know the guy has Revan. So I want to clean out these 3 teams to open up the bottom back section. I decide to take Finn against these bounty hunters. In 3v3, Finn is not quite as tough as of a team, but against something like this, with that can be such a pain sometimes. A misstep in all those detonators could really mess up your team. But my Poe was faster than anybody on their team, so ends up going down without a hitch. So I haven't fought a Jango lead team yet, and I was debating back and forth. I decide to go with this EP team. I'm hoping that I can stay ahead with turn meter, stay alive with shore, and I brought DT obviously for the dispel. But pretty quickly I could see that I probably made the wrong choice. Even though they have no Zetas, they're pretty stacked. And I just can't seem to keep up with the damage they can do. Plus, I totally spaced, and not only can Bobba ignore taunt, but Jango can ignore taunt, which was probably my biggest issue. So I do take out Bobba, which helps. So I keep the battle, but I'm going to have to throw in another team to clear him out. And then, so what happens is I forgot to record this next battle. And he saw that I brought in Ewoks just to clean up the last two. It went pretty easy. So moving on to this next match, I decided to take troopers against these scoundrels, thinking that maybe I can get through because there's no Zetas on there. And so I go after Qi'ra, hoping I could take her out, but I can't. And then I do get her there, which was nice. That went to plan. I had the dispel from Starck. But man, Zaalbar is such a pain to get through. Um, I don't get to fight him a lot. So he's going to get taunt back. I think what I should have probably did at that point was just focus down Zaalbar. And maybe I could have got through in one shot, but I'm going to end up losing versus this team. Yeah, that was a dumb mistake right there. Should just kept going after Zaalbar. He wouldn't have got the retribution. Even though he's not calling mission, he still gets those dots stacked down there. They're still doing damage, and I'm not killing anybody, so I'm not healing. And look at that. I mean, there was a double dodge right there. That's bad RNG. And then mission just starts laying down the heat. And that's pretty much it. So now I got to clean these up. Um, this is a team I wanted to take in at first, but I took in troopers. This way I can try to ability block Zaalbar, take out mission, and then finish up Zaalbar. Let's see if it goes to plan. I do have the ability block, which is really nice, and I did get the ability block on mission, which keeps her from going stealth. But I guess she cleanses, which I forgot about. Try to take her out with the AoE, but I think I just need to focus down Zaalbar and then go after her. And that's it. Moving on, this is the bottom section. They have Revan down there and then a scoundrel team with Nest Lead, so it's just a bunch of random stuff. I thought I could save my Darth Nihilus for another team. I knew that I would get targeted and they would increase the cooldown on Traya, but I was hoping that I could get in an isolate before the um, second swarm attack, and I couldn't. So that's it. She never got anything but a basic attack. So lesson learned um, about how fast these turns came. But if I could have got that isolate off on Revan, I think this would have been a different story, and I would have had this match. I go ahead and bail very soon on this match. I probably just should have bailed earlier. There's nothing good gonna come from the rest of this. That's gonna be that. So I lost to Revan, which was a major setback. I move up to the top. I am going to go after their Bastila with a Bastila lead, but I'm going to use Thrawn this time to keep Yoda under control. That's my hope. If I can keep Yoda under control, there's not really a whole lot of damage that I need to worry about. I want to clear off that taunt so that I can get over to Yoda with a fracture. There it is. That helps out a lot. This old Ben didn't have the Zeta, so I didn't have to worry about that second taunt. Now I'm just going to focus down Bastila. As long as I can keep Yoda under control, I should be okay. I should have probably just saved that attack. Now things are starting to go my way. Bastila is out of protection, so she's going to be a lot easier to deal with. There we go. Hopefully we get Bastila out of there now. Another fracture on Yoda, and this match is really in the bag at this point. There we go. Just got to clean up old Ben. Put it on auto. That's it. So in this next match, I'm going to be bringing in my Vader team. I usually like to use Vader versus Night Sisters. These are all G12 Night Sisters. Um, I like to obviously keep the AoE because of Acolyte sitting in the back and going stealth. And this time I brought Yoda because normally I use Sion with this team, but as you see, I failed with Traya and Sion. I think that things would have been much smoother if I would have had Sion because that Acolyte hits like a ton of bricks. At this point, I'm not really feeling good about this match, but I got to see what I can do. I know that the dots from Vader can really eat through this team, and Vader can keep himself healed. And I brought in Hoda to just keep that plague cleansed. And at this point, I'm feeling pretty good about the match. I was like, oh, this is not too bad. But then that happens, and I'm out. That's terrible. So at this point, I'm in like shock and disbelief that that happened. Like they just crushed Vader with one hit. I guess both of them like crit. Puts me in a really bad position if I wasn't already in one. So, but I'm going to keep at it. I, at this point, I want to bring in CLS. I think this is my only option to be able to clean this team. So I'm deciding what to do. What should I take? Should I split up CLS with Han and Chewie? Should I just try Han and Chewie? It might have been okay to do it that way, but I know CLS brings the retribution. So I'm getting ready. I think I'm just gonna jump into this mess and try and get it cleaned up. So I finally do decide. I decide to go in as is. Hopefully this won't take me long, and if I lose this one, there's nothing I can do in this Grand Arena. I go after Zombie first. Um, just so I can keep his taunt off, keep that turn meter down. And I'm working my way over to the AoE, and that works. One shot. Wonderful. So now I'm going to go after our KRU team. I really don't know what's going to work at this point, so I kind of try something crazy. I bring GK with Aayla and then IPD. IPD can get rid of any of the buffs because mine has a Zeta. I'm hoping that Aayla can keep this team under control with her stun. And if they do enough damage like that, I can use IPD. And I do, and I take out KRU. So I'm actually pleasantly surprised to get this to this point. I'm hoping that I can clean this up. you're going to see here, I go through quite a few turns where the stun just misses, repeatedly misses, which is not super helpful. Because I know if that Kylo gets going, he's just gonna take this team out pretty easily. Okay, RU can obviously hit, and Fox can obviously hit really hard. Like that. Can't survive another one of those. Luckily, I got a dodge there. And I got the stun. Just hanging on by a thread at this point. Now, I try to use her special to heal up, but I gotta keep him stunned. It's just a slog. But it's very surprising that I made it this far. And with that, it's over. This is the last team I feel I can clean. If I wouldn't have screwed up with Traya earlier, I would have cleaned the board. But I try something a little different. I go for DN with Sith Trooper, and I bring along one of my Dazers, which is, he's not max geared or anything like that. But I feel like if I can get a Daze on Nest, I should be okay to get to that first Annihilate. And I do end up getting the Daze in time, but I happen to have my Annihilate ready. So, but this team ends up doing very well, winning pretty handily. I get my Daze, but not really needed at that point. And from here, it's just finishing off these other two. They really can't do too much to Sith Trooper, especially behind Nihilus lead. He's got so many hit points. Just waiting for my other Annihilates. DN's almost back up to full health. There it is. I throw it on auto. So that's it. Tune in to my next video. I'm going to do a recap of the full Grand Arena. And I'll see you next time.